Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer and this is Metropolis on City Skylines. This is going to be episode 18 in the series, and in this episode I'd like to get some office zoning put in place. I'd like to make a big office park. We do have quite a big industrial demand, and office zoning, as far as I'm aware, fulfills some of that industrial demand rather than building any more industries. I've had a quick look around the map, and this particular map that I've chosen isn't particularly resource heavy. It's got plenty of farming, it's got some trees, but it hasn't really got much oil or really to make a substantial oil refinery or mine. So I think instead of industry I will try and go more with offices. I might do a little bit of industry, but yeah, I think the office is the way to go for the time being, because yeah, we do have quite a big industrial demand. In the last episode we built this self-sufficient area here with the residential zoning, the Green Cities DLC, and the organic and local produce commercial zoning as well. It's started to fill out a bit now, and it's got some of the higher level buildings, so we do have finally some level 5 buildings. After I did some planting, I put in another medical centre, and what else have we got around here? We've got a community pool as well, so it does actually look quite nice around here, and I'm quite pleased with how that's turned out. The office zone, I think I want to be next door to this place. It's just defaulted to Sunnyside Hills. I'm not sure if I'll change the name, but yeah, that's what it's defaulted to for now. So yeah, what I want is for each area within the city centre, this area, to have a distinct look if I can. So we've already got the self-sufficient area, and I think this entire block, maybe, let's just take a quick look up to about, I think if we use that as a reference, so get rid of that for now, so up to there, I think if we have like a triangle area, triangular area, no, hold on a sec, what do we want? We want some sort of triangular area. So if these aren't going at 90 degrees again, this whole, if we turn off road guides, because this whole area has been pre-planned out and this all should be 90 degrees, but that doesn't look like it's 90 degrees to anything, does it? That's worked. Everything just seems to be a little off. It's not the end of the world, I guess, but it just, I would have liked things to be, maybe if I put this road back in, maybe I put it in a bit weird, on a bit of a weird angle. So we'll try again with this one coming from here, because this road should be perfectly straight. There's no reason why it wouldn't be. So coming off there, definitely 90 degrees, and that looks a little bit better. Not full utilisation. I would like as much of the land as possible to be used. Maybe if I leave a little bit of a gap for some trees, maybe I will allow that. And then across to there on another weird angle. How very bizarre. Right, get rid of this one, put that across there. That is on a weird angle. Maybe I didn't build things as straight as I thought I had. Is that me? I think that road looks a bit crooked perhaps. I was certain that road was almost perfect, but obviously not, so we'll have to do it manually. So if we come in like that, yeah, you can see the road's got a little bit of a curve to it. Never mind. Right, let's just plan this area out. So we want something that goes up to about there, and then we'll have a road doing something, because I do what I'm going to buy these 3 tiles at some stage, or these 2 rather. So yeah, they will follow on, but if I just put a temporary road in there, because I think I want another coast road along here of some description that just follows that, and I probably will use keys on that at some stage as well. Right, so we've got the area that we want. It doesn't have actually, yeah, if we bring this right down, and I think if we encompass this bit here, this is the city centre. Now I want to come down, encompass that, all this and that, and then the rest will be, it might be another district at some stage, but I'll just use the Metropolis district for now, which is the centre of the city. So I've just called that what the city is actually called, which is Metropolis. Always creative with my naming conventions. I think actually if I think I'll encompass some of that as well. So we do have a bit of a triangle. No, I wanted this area. What am I doing? I don't want any of this. This will be another district of some description in the future, but not quite sure what that is going to be yet. So bring that down and then into there. So we do have a nice big kind of triangle area. I think I'll give it some sort of triangle name when I can think of something a bit more interesting to call it. I was going to call it South Central, but I think that'll be another district for now. So what am I doing? I think I want to bring, do I just want to bring these in like that? I think, no, it's not going to let me do that, is it? So we'll have to have a straight bit. Will that let me? Yeah, and then just chuck those on, just temporary for now. Just sticking with the triangle theme. Do these roads want to be? No, I think I'll keep these roads as two-way on this particular stretch. I don't think they need to be avenues, dual carriageways, four-lane roads, whatever. No, I think that should do, and that's going into there as well quite nicely as well. That's good. That's what we like to see. Although having said that, it's not quite. Actually, I quite like that. Maybe, yeah, I'll keep those in there, will I? Perhaps not. What do I want? Okay, if we get rid of that and then just have one on 90 degree to that, something like that. So it's still very much a grid, but it just looks a little bit more interesting, I think. And then all this wants to be, I think, oh no, this wants to be one way, doesn't it? So we'll go up and then down on that one. Just flip that around until that's the way. This, I think, again, two-lane, but we're going to have to get rid of that because that's in the way. Right, do that, and then I think just have... no, I don't want it to put it like that. I want it to be at 90 degrees, please. And yeah, everything's just slightly off kilter for some reason, but never mind. Right, I'll put that in there, flip that round like that, and that, yeah, that works. That's fine. And another one in there, and maybe one more perhaps. No, it's going to have to come from this end, isn't it? And then if we flip it round and connect that up to that for now, double check where my thing is there, yeah. And then this is obviously going to work on that as some, actually no, we're not, we're going to work on that in this episode as well, because what I wanted to do is, God, look at that, that's just not as precise as I would have liked it to have been. I think I need another crossroad along here. I'll turn the game speed down, I think. Yeah, so we've got a big old area in there now for some sort of development. So we'll have some nice big plazas just to make this area look nice. What's the policing? The policing should be okay. We're starting to fade off a little bit here, but I would have thought that would have been alright. Fire protection, actually, police capacity in jails, detained. Yeah, actually, I think I will get rid of that because I'm looking at the prison capacity, and that will increase that a little bit for us. That's a little bit better, I think, and it gives us a better spread. What about the fire protection? Fire protection starts to thin out a little bit around here, so put that in because I want all of these. Well, it'd be nice to have every single building within the city at the top level, but I just want to try and encourage that, and that should be more than enough parks. So I think all of this can be just actually zoned. Just pause the game briefly because what I've completely forgotten is public transport. What I want to do is extend the metro line out into the centre of this office area, and then this, because I think there's two services coming into this one station. So what I'm going to do is put a junction coming off here. Yeah, we want it to be round. Actually, no, we can come off about here and then swing in to that station, and then one of these services, I'm going to just pause the game. Let's say this blue line can come into there, and then just get the blue. What line is that? That is the north-south rail. So that really, no, what's the other one? What's the red line? Is east-west rail. Ah, right, yeah, so I've done it the wrong way around. So there was a bit of a method. So I need to hide everything apart from the red one, like that. So yeah, you can see the red line comes right across from the west, and it's going to go out here, and then it's going to be an above ground metro as it comes into the suburbs. So that's the south, that's the east-west rail, and then the blue one is that goes right up to the top here, and I think that might continue off north as well up to another northern suburb, and then it's going to continue down south, so that's the north-south rail, so that makes sense. We've got decent public transport around here, I think, have we? What about just take a quick look at, actually, can I look at all public transport like that? Yeah, I mean, we've got it right in the centre, so I'm reckoning they should be able to walk around here, I reckon, because they do tend to walk quite far. Can I get a bus service of some description in, possibly? I'm not too sure, actually. I think down here we're lacking in a bit of public transport, but again, because we're using one-way roads, that's the only problem with one-way roads, is the space of the bus stops, so you're not getting the return journeys, the outs and the returns so close together. The Sims have to walk quite far. So what can I do? The tram goes off up there, so that's no use. Actually, I think what I will do is, we're losing quite a bit of money there, that's not good. Maybe if I had a tram network over this side of the city, maybe I could have the trolley buses, but what I was thinking is I want a tram only, or it'd be good if, I know we're talking mods now, but it'd be good if there was a trolley bus only road. That would be ideal for what I want, but I don't think I'm going to get that, so I think there's going to have to be a tram, because what I want to do is I want to use the tram only road, just because I don't want people coming down. So if I put that in there like that, and then extend the tram out, so where's the metro station? There it is. So if we have a stop there, and then I think if this is two-way tram, and then again we can have some trams coming up here. Yeah, if we have some trams coming up here, because we're going to have zoning. I'm going to buy this tile eventually anyway, so that comes down there. Tram stop in there. We're going to have to put in, we'll put in some pavements, because I don't want to encourage really too much driving if I can help it. So if I put a crossing in there, that gives Sims the opportunity to cross. It does leave us with a bit of a gap, maybe if I just get rid of that and have it up the middle instead, like that. So then you still get a bit of zoning capability within there. That looks all fine. And again, I think if we bring this down and one more for good measure, why not? It's the only thing that I think maybe move it. If the vanilla game was to have a particular mod, I think move it would be one, and I think zebra crossings would be another one as well. Would be a huge benefit, I think. It can't be too particularly difficult. It would be great if we did have just those, because we don't have to build these bridges. The only other way to get around it is to build a junction, and that's just not really optimal. So yeah, that's actually, we're going into the zone. This zone here is going to be something a little bit different as well. So we'll start with a brand new zone. Actually, that's quite like how that's fitting, because what I want to use is the modern city centre pack, because it does look quite good. The low-rise, high-density commercial buildings. I've forgotten who the creator is now, but it's content creator pack anyway, and vanilla players do have the ability to set certain district styles, and that is one of them. So I wanted to use that as well. So we'll have a Paradox Plaza, shall we? There, and another one. Why not? I did do a little experiment with this, and before we do anything, we want to go to the default style, and we want the modern city centre. I did experiment with this because I think the content creator envisaged that these would be mostly placed by hand, but obviously non-modded players don't have that ability. But I did a little experiment with a block of the actual zoned buildings, and it doesn't actually look too bad. The buildings still look good, and they're really high, like really densely packed together, which I think is what you want, because that's how they're supposed to work. They're supposed to all be really close together, which you will see in a minute. I just want to get this tram network in. Where's that? So I think for now we'll just dump this over here temporarily, just so the trams can get to. Oh no, we need to put a turnaround in, don't we, at the top? otherwise the trams can't go anywhere. So we want a station here for the metro. We'll have another one up here just for the sake of it. One there, and I know it's a little bit close together, but I just want to, yeah, I think that's good. So that gives us great interchange there with that. I know up here isn't particularly served, but I think that should do. They've got the buses there, they've got plenty. So we've got that zoning in there, we've got this triangle here. It's all going to be office, isn't it? So I think I will just fill this entire area with office actually, and if there's not enough parks or stuff, then I will just add a couple more maybe. You can't, is it possible to tell without, that's leisure. I don't think it's possible to tell without actually the zones complaining that there's not enough parks. Could be wrong about that, but this whole section here is going to be this modern city centre content creator pack zoning. And actually, just before we go any further, let's put some nice paths in, I guess. Just want to connect these tops of these roads up with paths, just so we've got good pedestrian access, because that is an important part of your public transport, is having good. Actually, I think well, I'll give it a try, but I don't think it's going to let me do these little bits for some reason. Actually, yeah, well, it's not. Let's try that again. Oh yeah, it is letting me almost right up to the path. Sometimes it doesn't let you go right up to the edge like that one there, but it will connect, just so it looks a little bit nicer, because like I said before, I want distinct areas. So if we can make them look a little bit nicer. So unpause the game, and we've got 4 plazas there. We've got one there. We've got decent fire coverage, police coverage is good. Don't need health because it's all commercial. So if we just speed the game up a little bit and see what we get. I'm hoping for this district here, which needs some power. How are we doing for power? We've got plenty of power, it's just not touching. I'm hoping this will fill out with high-rise buildings, and then this will be slightly, well, these won't be high because these, as you can see, are these high-density, low-rise buildings, but they're really tightly packed together. Eventually they will fill out with more buildings, and it actually looks pretty good, even if it's just zoned and not plopped. Because like these, within the content creator pack, there are separate buildings which you can actually put together to make one large, well, makes a building that looks like one large building. But they do put corners in the corner sections, so we'll let that fill out and just see. So what's this? I don't know what this is going to be. This is Metro Triangle, and I don't know what this is. Don't Dale Heights. I'm not really keen on that. But what is this? So this is, I'm just looking for the trams. So the trams, we've got this one here. We'll have a funny turquoise. This will be Metro East. Yeah, it's the east of the city, isn't it? And that will just serve, I think, actually, looking at it, this will go right up along this eastern section of the city, and then even into the suburbs as well. So that's going to be quite a good tram network eventually. Yeah, so that's all fine. Let's take a quick look how this is filling out. It's getting there slowly. I think it will take a bit of time to fill out these spaces, but there's a real good variety of buildings within this pack, and they do look quite nice. The office zoning, that's going to take a while to fill out as well. Let's just take a look at the leisure. There should be more than enough for them. I think actually just along here, because we are putting so many job opportunities in, I think we need some more residential zoning. Just get rid of that. We'll do a little bit of a mixed use development and put some more housing along here as well. The only thing I've done with all of this is they are going to need skilled workers, aren't they, the offices? That's the only thing, but we should be alright. That's high school education. I mean, they are all highly educated by the looks of it, which is good. There's a few red spots, but they're only because they're new citizens. Elementary university's not so good, but we are going to build a big university at some stage, maybe possibly in the next episode. Like I said before, I want this entire area here, like the southwesterly part of the city centre. I want the entire area to be the university. So yeah, the university education will improve at some stage. And again, this just once all of this zoning is filled out, if there's another bit there, I think I need a path across there just to connect that up. Any more? No, that looks fine. That's good. This is filling out quite nicely. Really, you can see now how it's all really high, densely packed together, but it still looks really good and really interesting. Sets it apart from any of the other areas, and once I've put some trees and things in, that'll look, well, if there's any space for trees, but once I put some more decoration in, it'll look quite good around here. How's traffic flowing? Traffic's not flowing too bad. This seems to have eased off a little bit, this junction. I'm going to build this junction off camera because I've done enough junction work, but yeah, I think that's what's up with you? You've got trees. I don't know what I could possibly do to make you happy. Citizens are sick. I thought that was noise pollution. Oh yeah, it is a bit poor over this side, isn't it? Let's just dump another clinic in here, I guess. What sort of coverage have we got? So we've got the elder care, which covers pretty much most of what we're doing, and the childcare, we've got loads of this as well, so that should be fine. Sometimes if you get residents which are sick and it's not, and you've got plenty of like clinical capacity, sometimes it just helps to check on the age. If you've got loads of children in the building which is sick, that possibly means you haven't got enough childcare. If you've got loads of elders, seniors in a building which are sick, it can often mean that you haven't got enough elder care, so it's just another facet of the game that you have to keep an eye on. But yeah, let's see, you've got these buildings here. They're not all the same obviously, but they do almost look like one single block. It's really cool. So there we are, we've got the office and the modern city centre pack in there. Quite pleased with how this is all looking. Let's try and find a decent view with the sun actually on it, because it's the city centre's coming together a bit now. I quite like how it's starting to fill out. So I'm going to leave it there for today and say until next time, bye bye.